Steve, thanks for coming in. We do appreciate it. So, looking forward to it. And Wilson, uh, I do want to thank you for doing the presentation. And like I said, we do have some new people in here today, and
Nice.
I've been wanting to get a new recording anyway. And
Nice.
having Lindy here live is going to be phenomenal. So, I will turn it over to you.
Yeah, well, on this note, Clint, I always like hearing your story, and I'd like you to just start there because you're a close friend of mine, and your progress took a bit longer than most people, but it has been profound. And I always like starting it there because I want people to know that this is not just something that's going to happen overnight. Yes, we are seeing incredible results, but maybe just share your experience on the patches and then I'll take it away.
Great, yeah, and we do see and make sure, we've always got new stuff. So when I talk about my journey and why it's been so important to me, make sure you tell the story about your weekend where you patched all those people with the
Yeah,
with the ice waves. So
yeah,
we want
yeah.
people to know that everybody is different. And I'm in my mid 60s and doing my very, very best to stay healthy. I've kind of rebranded myself a walking guy. I try and walk about 5 miles a day. I started patching in February and really didn't see a whole heck of a lot of results for about 90 days. And it got to the point, my back in my walks and stuff, my backs and my knees were so painful. I would have to stop 2 or 3 times um, to just alleviate the pain. But walking is so important to me that I just continued to push through it. After about 3 months, the patches began to take effect. And I can walk now 5 miles a day, virtually pain free. And it's kind of hard for me to convey how important it is. But at my age, I can't really run. But every article I read about walking, it is almost a health panacea. And so the patches gave me back my walking. But folks, that's nothing compared to what you're going to hear today in these testimonials. The point that Wilson is making is that everybody is different. If I'd have tried it for 30 days and said, this isn't working, I wouldn't have been able to discover the miracle. So, and Wilson's going to tell everybody that we should patch for at least 90 days. And then oftentimes with very significant things, you want to patch another month for every 10 years old that you are. Our bodies, some of them are in bad shape. Took us a long time to get there. Let's put the power of the patches to work. And so I'll turn it back over to you, Wilson, to kind of go through the logic and the,
Yeah.
um, all that kind of stuff as to what we have here. And it is truly
Yeah.
miraculous.
Yeah, thank you so much, Clint. I always like starting the meeting with your stories. Sometimes, even in your absence, I do that when I speak to people one-on-one because you're absolutely right. Every person's body is different. Before I tell my story, I just want to share some feedback from the weekend that I had. So, me, my business partner, Chris Hutting, and his Mrs. Lucinda and Adelaide, we went to Venda and we spoke to a church there. It was about 140 people. And we asked people to come forward that's in pain. And we had a bunch of X39 and IceWave, our pain patch with us. And we patched about just under 60 people. And this weekend, I saw the power of these products for the first time. And it was unreal. There was moments where I patched people and instantly their pain was gone. And a half an hour into our presentation, we asked people, okay, so can you please raise your hand if you're out of pain? And out of, let's say, the almost 60 people, more than half of them was already out of pain. And it was amazing to witness. There was a lady there that came in walking with a walker. And when she walked out, she was carrying the walker under her arm. And I was just like, wow, that is what fills my cup. The fact that we can get people results like that is what drives me. So just to very quickly tell my story, we found this amazing technology 18 months ago. It's my good friend and business partner, Chris Hutting, that shared it with me. And when he shared it to me the first time, I mean, this was more than a year and a half ago, I honestly laughed at him. I was like, come, buddy, this is a little plaster. Why are you so excited about it? And he was like, my brain fog went away in 5 days. So I kind of looked at him. I was like, what? Okay, great. He was like, do your research and tell me what you think. And I ripped this apart online. I was looking to see if I could find anybody that had adverse effects. And I was really digging deep. I couldn't really find anything like that. What I saw was some people were having results very quickly, some took longer, and I had absolutely no risk in trying it. Now, the reason why I was researching it so intensely is because I wanted to patch my mom. Now, my mom at that stage had a cushion in between her L4, L5 vertebra, busy disintegrating in a debilitating pain, couldn't function, couldn't walk. And I wanted to see if I could get her out of pain. So I get to her and I was like, Mom, new type of technology. It doesn't work like normal medicine. There's no drugs or anything going through the body, but it could get you out of pain. Let's try it. She was like, I'd try anything. Stick this thing on me. Let's see what it does. So I patched her right there on the back where the pain was, and I left her. And it was like 45 minutes later, she came into the room where I was sitting, white in the face. She's like, my pain's gone. What is this stuff? It's like, Mom, like, are you sure? Like, show me all your mobility. She was like, look, yeah, I can move. The pain's gone. And that's where my life changed. I couldn't wait to get back home. I was on holiday visiting her, and I just wanted to patch everybody. And what we've now seen in the last 18 months is just nothing short of the one miracle after the other. Now, just to get started there, let me get right to it. So tonight I'm gonna talk to you about this incredible technology called X39. It's the world's first stem cell rejuvenation patch. I'm going to go into a bit more detail about that in a minute. Um, and super, super exciting. Have you been patched yet? I really hope after tonight's presentation, you're going to order some X39 and start patching. And all this patch is going to do, it's going to elevate, activate, and regenerate your body's own stem cells, and it's doing it completely naturally without drugs and medication. And that is actually what caught my eye. People are tired of medicine because it doesn't work. And here we've got something that's completely natural. So let's first start where this all began. This all began more than 20 years ago with this incredible man. He's an absolute genius. He's our CEO and inventor, David Schmidt. Now, the story around all of this is so interesting. More than 20 years ago, David had a contract with the Navy to create a technology that's going to give submariners energy past the 24-hour mark. Submariners are underwater sometimes for 36 hours, and what they were using at the time wasn't working. It kept them awake, but they couldn't function. Long story short, he created the first patch called Energy Enhancer, and it gave you energy without stimulants. It's actually just activating a fat burning process, and then it gave you energy. It actually worked so well that a doctor through another doctor knew the doctor who was the doctor for the Olympic swimming team in 2004. And they patched all the swimmers, and the swimmers performed so well that the Olympic Committee got involved. They actually confiscated the patches. They thought they were doping. David Schmidt had to fly there. They had to analyze the patches in a lab. And long story short, they were stripped of their medals. David Schmidt proved the concept, no drugs, no chemicals. They got their medals back. And that's where this all started 20 years ago. Now, he's a scientist and inventor. He has over 180 patents, and he specializes in age reversing. Now, in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research, and the patent for X39 took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. So why stem cells, and why is that so exciting? So the New England Journal of Medicine has stated that the number one indicator of wellness is directly connected to the amount of stem cell activity in the bloodstream. And that is very exciting. Stem cells are the cells. Guys, I'm just going to mute everybody there. Stem cells are the cells with the potential to develop into any kind of cell needed. They have this incredible ability to heal and repair any organ or tissue. And that's why we're seeing such a huge, diverse set of results. Look at a stem cell as a blank cell in the body. And once you mobilize it and activate it, becomes this heat-seeking missile, and it just starts healing and repairing. Now, why the X39 stem cell activation patch? The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Now, as a teenager, you have about 1 billion active stem cells. By age 30, this number's dropped to 400 million. It's a 60% reduction. By age 60, you've lost 90% of your stem cell activity. And as you can see, as we get older, the stem cells just go dormant. And finally, we have this patch, and we can reverse this process just by sticking one on every day. And that is a real breakthrough. Now, how does the X39 work? It's the holy grail of anti-aging. It's activating a copper peptide called a GHKCU. Now, without getting too technical, let me explain to you how it works. So, did you know if you walk outside in the sun and the sun heats your skin, your body produces vitamin D? The process is called phototherapy. It works in exactly the same way. The only difference is this patch is reflecting your body's own infrared light back into the body to activate a specific signal that then stimulates this copper peptide in the blood. It activates it, and that mobilizes the stem cells. Now, it's made from organic nanocrystals. It's completely non-invasive, non-transdermal. This isn't like a nicotine patch where you stick it on and something needs to go through the skin. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't go through the liver or the kidney. Can't react towards any medication. This is actually activating a natural process in the body. Super exciting. Now, it's made from a 3M medical grade adhesive. 1 in 10,000 people have an allergic response to the adhesive on band-aids and plasters. If that is the case, you can stick X39 on the inside of your shirt. Doesn't have to be on the skin. It must just be close. It's actually your body heat that activates this process. And what's exciting about that is we can patch anyone, from a newborn baby to a 100-year-old person. Now, what will happen if you activate your stem cells? I told you the story of my mom with rapid pain relief. We see it time and time and again. And the main reason for that is stem cells are really good at going after inflammation. And if we can go after the inflammation, so the pain will disappear. And the cause of issues are actually being sorted out and not just treating the symptom. You know, normal medicine, you drink a pill for the symptoms, the cause is still there. Yeah, it's the other way around. We sort out the issue and the symptom improves. And I really like that. It supports wound healing. Energy and vitality is a big one for me. So I have this constant flow of energy. I don't dip in the afternoons. I'm not tired. I can literally work till 11 o'clock at night some nights, and I need that. And it's a constant flow. It's not like a caffeine energy that spikes and it stops. And that's very, very important for the long term. And it actually just gets better over time. Now, mental clarity, also a big one. So my business partner's brain fog went in 5 days. Mine took a bit longer. It was about 3 weeks. And it felt like a veil that lifted. You see colors brighter and better. And when you have mental clarity, you're making better decisions in your household, your health, your business, and that also has an amazing ripple effect over time. Enhances sports performance. All athletes should be using this technology. You will have more strength, you will have more stamina, and you'll recover quicker from exercise. And if the athlete had to get hurt, they'll recover a lot quicker from the injury. For the ladies, improved skin appearance. I'm going to show you some shots here of people that's been using the technology for a while, seeing amazing results on skin. The two things that's not on there, firstly, my sleep has improved dramatically. I've never had sleeping issues, but I'm sleeping a lot deeper. And when I wake up with a bang. There's no lag. And the last thing, which is really big, is my overall mood is at the best it's ever been. It's very difficult to not feel good when you're waking up your stem cells. And just that has an amazing effect over time. Now, how to wear X39, this is very important. You wear the patch for 12 hours on, 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. I like sticking my X39 on first thing in the morning. I take it off 10 to 12 hours later. The actual restoration and the healing happens in the resting period. So it's important to not wear them 24 hours. You can throw away the patch. What I've seen in South Africa is people are wearing the patch. They take it off. They give the patch to their spouse or a furry friend, one of their animals, and still seeing results. But the goal is to put on a new patch and repeat the process every day. The reason for that is we're waking up a couple thousand stem cells every day, and that has this beautiful compounding effect. And that's why we see such incredible results for the long term. You can wear more than one patch at a time. Just remember to drink plenty of water. How much is enough water? A minimum of 1.5 liters a day, up to 2.5 liters a day, depending on your body weight. This assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies in the entire body. Something I could add is you can add some electrolytes to your diet, like a Celtic salt or a Himalayan rock salt, or just a good electrolyte. That also helps the cell to function better, and that can boost the patches a bit. So you'll see there's two placements that they've done the testing at. I like sticking my X39 on C7. It's like in the base of the neck, or 3 fingers below the belly button. But in my mom's case, stuck it right there where the pain was on her back, so you can also use it like that. So long-term results per 80K studies. So in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, and we see decreased symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And that's a big one for me. The fact that we can help people with mental conditions and just depression, it's a big one. Many people are suffering from those conditions. They don't even know they have it. And yeah, we've got a solution with our drugs and medication. Definitely a world first. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. We see decreased wrinkles. Now the hair growth starts increasing, increases the structural integrity of both skeletal and muscular systems. And then the big one here, within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of using X39. So when I looked at that statement, I was like, yeah, right. Like, how can we see cardiovascular improvement? Your heart doesn't have a resting period. If it stops beating, you fall over. And I actually saw the proof of this. So David Schmidt says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And in about August last year, we got a pleasant surprise. A friend of ours sent her mom's heart scans in, and just look at that insane difference. In day one, you can see the redness around the heart, that's inflammation. And after 2 months, look how that redness is slowly going. And then look at that turnaround after 5 months. And when I looked at that, I was like, wow, if that is what it can do for my heart health, I'm very excited to see what it's going to do for my eyes, my liver, my kidneys, all my major organs. Very, very exciting. Now, this is very important. David Schmidt advises to use the patches for a minimum of 90 days for optimum results. What I would recommend as well, if you're dealing with any serious conditions or you're an older person, I would recommend adding another month for every decade you are old. Some of these conditions, like Clint said, it happened took decades to get to where they are, and you can't expect the patch to fix everything in 90 days. Although that is a recommendation, we've seen results in weeks, days, hours, minutes, or even seconds. Just remember, every person's body has a different history. People are eating differently, they live differently. That's why the results are very different from person to person. But yes, I mean, this weekend, we had many people that we patched, and immediately they felt relief. So it's amazing to see that in a live environment. And then again, just repeat, drink enough water. So I love this website. It's called www.thisisitinfo.com. Please go have a look at it. The whole story around X39 is there. It is 10 years in the making, all the patents, the clinical trials, and some great testimonies from doctors. Please go dig a bit deeper and go do your research. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you would like to share this with somebody overseas, there's a little flag. You can click on it. It will immediately translate, really nicely put together, and everything you're looking for in one place. So this is a topography map. It's a brain scan from a 77-year-old woman. She placed X39 on the back of her neck, and they took different scans over a period of time. Now, if you look there at session one, the cell's not happy, all that redness. It's actually busy splitting off the inflammation, very little stem cell activity, lack of brain coherence. If you look there at session two, look at that turnaround in 3 weeks. All the inflammation around the cell is gone. There's this little speck of inflammation in the middle of it. And then also a lot better brain coherence. And look at session six. That's literally session three. Literally 6 weeks on X39, complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity, better brain coherence. And if you see there between session one and session three, can you see that cell's actually busy rejoining, or it has? We're seeing that age reversal happening on a cellular level. And what excites me about this was just a brain scan. Can you imagine if they scanned a heart, the liver, kidneys, and looking at the cells over the whole body doing that? Super, super exciting. So I'm getting to the part of my presentation when I'm going to go show some before and after pictures. Just know in some cases it's very quick. If you look at these two slides, this is inflammation reduction in 30 minutes. So if you look at the first one there, got lots of inflammation on his back and his sternum, and look at that remarkable turnaround. I mean, that's in 30 minutes. To the right, lady with arthritis, seeing incredible results with arthritis. And if the inflammation goes, so does the pain. Inflammation reduction in animals. It's amazing that we can help animals. Look at the horse's coat there. This was over months. And then if you look at the right there, look at the inflammation on the horse's heart. It's actually so bad it's purple. Just look how that inflammation reduction is taking place. Just amazing. So the age reversal side of this, for people that's going to be using it for the long term. So if you look at that first slide there, can you believe that lady's 70 years old? So look at the rings under her eyes after day one, day 42, how that's disappearing. And look at day 355. It looks like she's had a complete facelift. The color in her eyes came back, literally seeing the life coming back into her. To the right, this lady's crow's feet, that line in the corner of her eyes, she started seeing that go away after 45 days. Very quick response to the collagen there. To the right of hers, look at that lady's eyes, the difference in the two shots. Literally seeing the color coming back. And look how nicely her neck has tightened up. Bottom left corner, lady had some blemishes on her face. Look how nicely that's evening out. And then bottom right corner, I always like looking at that. This lady's had started forming these lines in the corner of her mouth. And look how nicely that's tightened up. And what excites me looking at these pictures, if that's what happened outside the body, it's also a reflection what happened inside the body. Vitiligo, really tough thing. Pigmentation of the skin condition, nothing they can do for it. Look at those guys' results in 3 months. To the right of him, the guy's name is David. His vitiligo is basically 90% gone. Absolutely amazing. That was over a space of a year. To the right, look at the wound healing in 12 days. I mean, that's very, very quickly. Bottom left corner, Bell's palsy, very tough thing. The face starts spasming. She couldn't open her eye. Look at that turnaround in 3 months, almost good as new. And then in the middle, there's psoriasis. That's an autoimmune condition, also very tough. They can't do anything about it. You can put a cream on, it doesn't really work. And look at that clearing up of the psoriasis in 10 days. So blood circulation, really big thing. This was a guy who had to get his toes amputated. And look at that. That was in 5 days. Seeing the life coming back into his foot. Bottom right corner, this lady's swollen feet and water retention. Just look how nicely the swelling's gone down in 3 weeks. And the main reason is for that. Firstly, we're mobilizing stem cells in the blood. But if you now look at those blood slides at the top there, that was an elderly lady in her 70s. She did a blood slide before she patched, did another one 10 minutes after. And look at the difference in the blood. Now that's really big. You can see in the first slide, the blood's not happy. It's not moving properly. And look at the second slide, some oxygen in the cells, also mobilizing the stem cells. And that's why we see such incredible results for almost anything. Some more wound healing pictures. I know some of them are gory. I do apologize for that. So if you look at that first one, this lady hurt her cheek. That's in 21 days. I mean, that's a huge turnaround. To the right of us, snowboarding accident, younger fella. His mom had some patches. He had to go for an interview. They patched him. Look at that turnaround in 5 days. He could go for his interview, just this little scar on his lip. And he's a younger fella. I mean, he still has some stem cells. Amazing that that was such a quick response. Bottom left corner, you can see the guy's wearing 3X39s on his face. You can wear more than one. Definitely had a hard fall there, but look at that turnaround in 7 weeks. And then bottom right corner, this is a kid that severed his finger in the door. They begged the doctor to sew it back on. He didn't want to. Look at that turnaround in 21 days. I mean, that is a 3 to 6 months exercise without this technology. Hair growth, really big one. I love looking at this first picture. Look how nicely this guy's hair is filling out. His original color returning as well. To the right, also, guy, huge hair loss problem. Look how nicely that's filled out, and that's in 3 months. Bottom left corner, look how nicely that guy's hair is filling out and that original color returning. For myself, my hair is also growing. I've been bald since the 90s. Can't wait to have a full set of hair. So I told you the story of where this all started with Energy Enhancer. There you can see Michael Phelps wearing it at the 2004 Athens Olympics. Serena Williams also on the Energy Enhancer. David Beckham also wearing it there. And then Lorenzo Savadori, Superbike champion. He sticks the X39 on his forehead, puts on his helmet, and then drives really, really fast on a motorbike. And he uses it for concentration. And again, all athletes should be using the technology. So just want to touch on some of the other products. Just on this note, X39 is our foundation patch. That's the world's first stem cell reactivation patch. It's what put this company on the map. And you get started there. You don't need anything else. If you're just consistent with X39, you'll be surprised what it can do for you over the long term. But with that being said, if people have serious conditions, we do have add-on patches, and I just quickly want to go through them. So X49 is like the booster patch for 39. When you wear the two together, it's like wearing two X39s, and it helps with muscle mass, bone density, and heart health. Ice Wave, absolutely incredible product, saw it in proper action over the weekend. It works very, very quickly, and it helps for pain reduction, ache relief. Doesn't mask the pain, it releases it. Glutathione, also a great product, strong antioxidant and immune booster. Glutathione gets produced in the liver, and this product raises your glutathione levels by 300% very, very quickly. Carnosine, love the product as well. Helps for brain function, memory, and focus, and lengthens the telomeres. Aeon, love my Aeon. It reduces stress, inflammation. It's called a happy patch. And then Silent Nights, it regulates your sleep, melatonin increase for people that struggle with sleeping. Energy Enhancer, I've told you a bit about it. Increases energy through fat burning, and it helps with endurance. SP6 is for weight, appetite, aids hormones, and age indigestion. And then Alavida, we just got a hold of it very recently. Super exciting product. It activates collagen in the body, and it helps with vibrant skin and reduces wrinkles. And then for my American friends, we don't have this yet in South Africa. You can get Acula for animals that helps with inflammation and pain reduction. Now, I just want to touch on some of the testimonies we've seen. Now, with that being said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional. If you're dealing with any serious issues, always consult your doctor first. And just on the note of what I'm going to show you now, X39 is not a cure for anything. It doesn't work like normal medicine. What I'm going to show you now is a reflection of the body healing itself. All this patch does, it stimulates stem cell reactivation, and then that goes to work. So this is not a cure for anything. With that being said, when we started this group, it was a small handful of us. This has now grown to over 4,000 people, over 700 testimonies, over 150 different categories. And I just want to touch on a few of them. Does it mean we've cured any of these conditions? In some cases, people have seen amazing results, but some of these conditions are very serious. If we can just get a 15% improvement, it could be life-changing. But let me quickly go through a couple of headings: sciatica, thyroid issues, Crohn's disease, cancer-related, eyesight, vision, brain fog. Amazing results on eyesight. And that's just unheard of. I mean, your eye is such a specialized thing, and the fact that we're seeing people's eyesight improve is quite amazing. Constipation, ADD, kidneys, liver-related, migraines, gout, bladder-related, Lyme's disease. The list just goes on and on. Bone healing, shingles, that's been sticking its head out since the pandemic. There's things on here that I don't even know what it is. I'll have to go Google it. Fibromyalgia, anything lung-related, COPD, multiple sclerosis, diabetes, Bell's palsy, Parkinson's, neuropathy, Alzheimer's, dementia, sinusitis, autism, great results on anything arthritis related. And the list just goes on and on and on. Now, the reason why I'm showing this to you is I know that you have people in your inner circle that's dealing with many of these conditions, and many of them the doctors can't help. And yeah, we've got hope in a patch. So if that's the case, please invite them to these calls so they can see what we are doing, and let's see if we can't help them. Now, what are the prices? You buy X39 in a sleeve. It looks like this. It's 30 patches are in there. Now, let's just quickly compare apples with apples. If you look up until 4 years ago, the only way to do a stem cell treatment was through injections, and it is very, very expensive. What's expensive? Anything from $10,000 a treatment and up. So a good friend of ours, Javi Solis, his son's autistic. He's from America. They have done stem cell injections in Mexico. Over $20,000 a trip. They once did it twice in 1 year. Had no effect on him. Mike Hernandez got a hold of him and was like, buddy, we found the stem cell activation technology. Let's patch your son. Let's see what happens. And he laughed at him just like me. He's like, no, but this isn't going to do anything. They patched the son regardless. A week later, he's swinging on a swing. Never been able to do that. First time being able to kick himself, big smile on his face, gave them a big fright. They thought somebody else was pushing him. A month later, he was riding a Peloton bicycle, was also never been able to do that. It's now over a year and a half later, he started saying words. Is he still autistic? Yes, but a huge improvement there. And they didn't see any results with the conventional treatments. So if you take that into consideration, the price for X39 is a drop in the bucket to conventional stem cell treatments. For X39, X49 retail price, it's $149.95. It's about 3,400 Rand. The other products are $79.95. But why do you want to pay retail if you can sign up as a member and pay wholesale price? X39, X49 for $99.95, and the others vary between $49.95 and $69.95. They give you a bit of discount if you buy it in bulk, and I like that. So there are 5 packages to get started within LifeWave. Just going to go through them quickly. The first option is the bronze package. That's $124.95. It actually works out the most expensive. They charge a once-off $25 registration fee. After that, you get it at cost, which is basically the $99.95. So I recommend if people want to try this, come in at silver or higher because you start saving some money. At silver, they waive that $25 registration fee, and you get 3 months supply of X39. And then I know people have enough money, enough patches to do the 90-day protocol. You can also swap one of the sleeves X39 for 2 of any of the other products, if you would like to try any of the supplementary products with your order. So silver is for 1 person. If you want to patch more than 1 person, I'd recommend looking at gold. Here we start saving some more money. We get free stock. So gold is 5 sleeves of X39 and then 1 sleeve of any of the other products to try. The saving there is about $80. And if you want to patch the whole family, you need to look at platinum or diamond. So platinum, you're getting 2 free sleeves of X39. It's 12 for $999.95. And then the biggest package we have is the diamond package. That is if you're looking at this as a business and you want to get out there guns blazing, there you're getting 3 free sleeves of X39. And that's brings down the cost of it to about $84 a sleeve. It's just like any company. If you buy in bulk, you get a discount. And what I like about LifeWave is you can upgrade through these kits and just pay the difference. Let's say you started at silver and you want to go to gold because you want more product. You can do that. You pay the difference, which is $200, get the difference in stock. And I recommend people upgrading through these packages because you start getting free stock and it starts working out cheaper. Now, just some history on the company. When I first was presented with this, I asked my friend, how long has this been around? And at that stage, it was just over 18 years, and that got me really excited. This is not a startup company. It's a well-oiled machine. LifeWave has a triple A rating. Now, in direct selling, there's only 3% of companies in the industry that has that rating. So it's a well-oiled machine, and that means their manufacturing is in order, their logistics, people are getting the product. All of that is in place. Now, when the company started, they developed a bunch of products. Before they released X39, they were doing about $28 million a year turnover. They released X39, and this company more than 10x their income in a yearly base between 2020 and 2022. Last year, they did $420 million for the year. And that's just because of X39. I mean, just the figures should show you that they got something. It's projected to be $1 billion company by 2025. And currently, we can ship this to more than 87 countries in the world. Now, the biggest thing for me about these products is they are patented, and it's international patents. Now, it's not a me too product. This isn't my vitamins better than your vitamin. What X39 does is in a complete class of its own. It has no competition, and it's protected by a patent. Now, to get a patent is really, really hard. You need to prove your theory. You can't patent something that's not real. And the patent for X39 took 10 years and millions of dollars. And finally, 4 years ago, they released the technology, and all of a sudden, this company just took off. So it screams longevity, and that's what I love about this. Now, I very quickly want to touch on the business side. For me, I will always lead with a product that for me will always be the highlight. What this is doing for people is just out of this world. But what I like about LifeWave and within X39, this company and the opportunity ticks three very unique boxes. We can help people physically, mentally, and financially. Isn't it amazing that we can leverage this technology, share it with a couple of our friends, and then also start earning from a credible 20-year-old company? And this is also in dollars, and we get paid weekly. So it's amazing that we can earn from helping people, which for me is very, very powerful. Now, what is most important in your life? Family, time, freedom, security, travel, better health, less debt. When I looked at this slide the first time, it all screamed at me. And that's what LifeWave offers. Now, I know the business side is not for everybody, but my goal is for everybody on the call tonight is to patch for life. And you can do that by just sharing this with people that you know that are in pain or dealing with things where the doctors can't help. Very quickly, you don't pay for your patches. You can carry on wearing it for the rest of your life, and that's the ultimate goal. Now, I'm just going to touch on two highlights of the compensation plan. There's four ways how we earn when we share this with people. The first highlight is definitely our binary plan. Now, binary is super exciting. You build two legs. That's what binary means. The whole concept around the binary is just based on one principle. You go manager. How do you do that? You bring four of your friends onto these calls. You sign up two on the left leg, two on the right leg, and we get that to duplicate. And because the results are so good, this sort of happens organically. What I love about the binary, it's unlimited levels deep, but they limit your earnings based on your rank. And the only way this is sustainable is that the most that you can ever earn from the binary is $25,000 a week when you're at the highest rank. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but I personally have seen four friends in America that's maxed out their binary in 2 years. But it depends on you. If you want to make 25,000 a week, great. You can do a week, a year, 3 years. It just depends on how serious you are about helping people. The second highlight for me is the matching bonus. Now, they had to limit the earnings on the binary because of the unlimited depth. I mean, it just goes crazy after a while. So they had to limit it there, but in the matching bonus, it's unlimited. So what I like about the compensation plan, it's the best of both worlds. Binary, it's unlimited levels deep. The matching bonus is paid out on a uni-level structure. That means unlimited width. And it's 3-tier deep. Now, how it works is, let's say you have a friend that you sign up and he makes $1,000 a week. You'll get 25% of that. That's on your front line. Let's say he's got a friend that comes in makes $1,000 a week, you'll earn 20% of that. And what does that boil down to? The first referral that you signed up, you'll make $250 a week off his 1,000. He signs up a friend that does the same. He makes the 250, you make the 200. And this goes 3 levels deep. And for the people in it for the long run, as exciting as the binary is, the bulk of the money is made in the match and bonus, believe it or not, even though that it is just 3 tiers deep. Now, again, for me, the highlight will always be X39. And I just quickly want to show you 2 testimonies of what we've seen. And I can sit here till this time tomorrow and tell you stories of people getting better. But these are some highlights that's happened. So this was a little doggy completely paralyzed in its back legs.
I would be taking a video.
Just look at that. Every time I look at that, I just say, wow, it's like 90% better. I actually met the owner of Poplap, and the little doggy is so awake, she's almost becoming a problem. Jumping around everywhere, loving life. Amazing that we can help our furry friends. So, the second testimony I'm going to show you is very close to my heart. It's one thing to help people that you don't know, and we do that every day. This is a very good friend of mine's mom, and she had a severe stroke in the beginning of May. It was bad. She was completely paralyzed on the left side of her body, couldn't function, couldn't do anything. And we patched her, and her turnaround has been incredible. Now, the first week, they didn't film her, it was too traumatic. And they actually started filming her the moment she could raise her left arm, and just look at her amazing turnaround.
Hi, my name is Lindy, and I just wanted to share my family story with my mom having a severe stroke on the 30th of April, 2024. We booked her into hospital, and on the 3rd of May, they gave us devastating news. Mom had a stroke on the right hemisphere of her brain, leaving her paralyzed on the left side. And on the 4th of May, we decided to start patching Mom. And this is our story. So we started taking footage of Mon on the 7th of May. We saw that there's movement in her left arm, and she had incredible movement on her mouth. This is 5 days on the patch, the 8th of May. She's still in hospital. She's reaching higher with her left hand. The arm is lifting so much better. And then we had a bit of quite of a setback. They moved it to the step-down clinic, and we actually didn't tell anybody about the patches in hospital or the doctors. And so we had to be honest with the step-down clinic. And then the doctor said that we can't patch Mom until he's looked at everything. So for a couple of days, from the 9th up to the 14th of May, we couldn't patch my mom, but the doctor did come back, and he allowed us to continue with the patching. So this was on Mother's Day, the 12th of May. She was still not back on the patch, but she was in the step-down clinic. And this video, she's 2 days back on the patch on the 17th of May in the clinic. And here she is walking with the help of one of the nurses. This was quite a big moment for our family. As you can see, she's smiling and she's improving quite a bit. And it's just incredible. This is 5 days on the patch in the clinic, the 19th of May, and the left side of the face is improving so much. 7 days on the patch, the 21st of May, 2024. She's walking with a walker, and 7 days on the patch. This was the evening visit, and she was so alert and her mouth looked perfect. And she's just showing us all her type of exercises that she's busy doing. We are so grateful. And then this was taken this morning, the 28th of May. She's 14 days on the patch now, and she's just showing that she can walk by herself. They are still not allowing this long distances, but I just wanted some footage to show that the recovery is going very well. And we hope that Mom will be out of the step-down clinic very soon. And we are looking forward to a full recovery, but I will keep on going with the updates so that everybody can see the progress. We received a wonderful surprise from the therapist this afternoon. Thank you for watching.
Wow. Every time I look at that, I just smile. The fact that we can help people like that, and it's a really special thing. Like Lindy's mom, there was multiple ladies that had severe strokes, and her mom's the only one that walked out of that board, and that is what fills my cup. Yes. Is there a business opportunity? It's amazing. The fact that we can monetize this technology, yes, it's awesome. But that's not what fills my cup. What fills my cup is seeing my friends getting better or my friends' parents getting better. And we're just seeing it every day. So Lindy, she's actually on the call, and just want to press on your button there. You say you got a little update for us from your mom. And I'm quite excited to hear how's it going with her.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me and thank you for the presentation. Yes, we do have a bit of an update. So the last time I spoke on the 28th of July, Mom was actually released from the clinic. All smiles and everybody was happy with it, and brain cognition was improving. And then the update I have for tonight on the 11th of July, we had her tested again at the heart specialist. She went for a it's called an echocardiodiagram and a heart sonar. Now, when you listen to the original testimonial, we've been backing with Mom's cardiovascular muscle. That was only for the last 4 tests. We had twice 0.2, once 0.19, and then with the stroke, it tested 0.2. Now, in our terms, that's 20%. And then just to say, on the 11th of July, she was 58 days on the patch. And when they tested it, we tested 0.4.
Wow.
And that is our results.
Yes. How is that? So not only did it help with her brain damage and a cognitive response, but it also doubled her heart function, which is
That's it.
unreal. I mean, I have been working closely with you through this process, and I remember the first cardiologist said, there's nothing we can do for her heart, and 20% function is okay. She can still live 10 years on that. And I just shook my head when I heard that. And now hearing that your mom's heart function doubled in the last 60 days, it's like all we can say is thank you. This is
100%.
such a gift. Wow, my friend. Just please keep us in the loop there. Your mom's improvement is just gonna get better and better, and I'd love to see more improvement on that heart. We haven't got to the 90-day mark yet. It's amazing that we're seeing all of this in under 60 days. So, wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's incredible. I don't know if anybody would like to ask any questions. Clint, don't you want to add something there? I see we still have 13 people on the call. If anybody would like to ask something or add something, you're more than welcome. Clint, how's that,
Like,
eh?
of course, I've got something to say.
Yeah, please.
No, it's just always such a pleasure when Lindy's on here to get that first person, because Lindy, you do such a wonderful job with the video, but then when person in the video comes in and we meet them, it was so powerful, and we're recording this. I'll be using this for my team.
Yeah.
I know that one of Alan Turner's team members um, has some advanced internal problems too, and has been on the practice for about a month now and is starting to see some positive results. I know Steve is having some good results too. So it's always good to be able to kind of go around and call on people, obviously if they have questions, but also those testimonials, and hopefully people are going to get those very quick results and won't take months and months like I did. But the bottom line is,
Yeah.
if they work,
Yeah.
it's almost miraculous. Yeah. So, but yeah, any questions at all, Robert? Do you have any questions? You're pretty up to snuff on this stuff. I'm so glad you came in. And Steve, if you had any comments.
Yeah, something just to also add there. It's one thing to see a testimony, but it's another thing to keep seeing the updates. Like if you see a testimony, you don't know if that person is doing better. It could be a testimony from 3 years ago. And this is the beautiful thing of what's happening within our community. We're just getting updates after updates, and that's what drives me. And yeah, I mean, the fact that we can help people with strokes and serious brain issues and autism and all those things where the doctors say, sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's such a gift. And I feel obligated to share my story and what we've been doing because I know what this can do for people. So if there's no questions or comments, I think we can take this in for a landing. Just thank you again to everybody that's joined us. And please get back to the person that invited you to the call. And one thing I can just say, this landed on your table for a reason. And it could either be because you need better health, or your parents needs better health, or you need something to start sustaining you for the long term financially, which we can do here. But don't procrastinate. This landed on your table for a reason. And like Clint, I should have been a bit more forceful with him. Everything always happens like it should. But the profound difference that we are making in people's lives is really, really big. And this is not something to brush off lightly. Don, I see you unmuted yourself there, my brother. How are you doing? Happy Monday.
Good evening. I came in late and I joined on a wrong time at 6 p.m. Zoom link. Apologies on that. And I was alone there. But I just want to say, as always, fantastic presentation, Elson. And I always say, every time I hear this, the same as what Moses would have said, it's like the first time. But my ending power line is, we are at the right place with the right product at the right time. And let us just go out there and patch one person at a time and make a change and a difference in people's lives. Thank you very much for the presentation, Wilson.
Oh, such a pleasure. Yes, you nailed something there. David Schmidt had a great meeting with all of us on Saturday, and he was like, with these products, we like a beacon of light, and we can bring hope to people on every level in their lives. And yeah, super exciting. I'm super grateful that you joined us. Please stay plugged in. We're doing another call on Thursday night, another one on Saturday. And yeah, please come join us. Hi, Steve. How are you doing there, buddy? I see you unmuted yourself there, but I don't think. There we go.
Steve, you're still on
Wait a
mute.
minute. Okay, I had my microphone on mute.
How are you, buddy? Nice to see you.
I'm doing fine.
Fantastic.
South Africa. My wife had and I can honestly.
You're breaking up a little bit. I
Yeah,
think
buddy,
last time
maybe
when we had that.
Yeah, maybe just put your video off, then we can hear you properly.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's try now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay, so I did the South African patch for a while. That means the used patch from my wife.
Yeah.
Heck, I have patches in my and I've been on it, I think, 12 days consistent. I can honestly say life.
Wow.
The brain fog is going away, and I'm doing stuff.
Incredible.
So I can only reflect back 27 years ago. Alan and I got involved in a product. It was called Lifetronics, and it was a stabilized outer had pulled a crockpot of hot stew on her head, and 20 to 30% of her body was severely burned, second and third degree.
Yeah.
And with that product, she now has just a small scar on her neck. You'd never tell that she was burnt. LifeWave is that same product. Is I can tell in my own life that things are changing. So
Incredible, my friend.
yeah,
That is so cool.
David said yesterday, we are alive.
Yeah.
Jesus is the light to the world, and therefore I can say to you that my heart again. So sorry for the tears, but it's real, and I feel it. So thanks to Clint, thanks to you.
Oh, my friend.
Stepping forward.
Such a pleasure. That's what fills my cup, guys. Yeah. I'm completely humbled. Thank you, Steve. And just keep patching, my brother. That's all I can say. How's that, Clint?
Right. Great finish. It's me.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. And thank you, Steve. And send my love to Alan there. Thank you to everyone that's joined on the call. Desiree, Debo, Don. You guys must have a fantastic week. Thank you, Lindy, for your input there. Please always keep us in the loop. And yeah, I'll see you guys Thursday.
One more really important that we tell everybody that we're from Corning, California. I think people knowing that you're from South Africa and by acknowledging that in a webinar, then people that we know will hear our voice or see our face and say, hey, look, you're 9 hours ahead of us. Is that right,
Yeah.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm at 10:58 a.m. in California.
Okay.
So you're so consequently, now I have a gentleman that's in the Philippines that I want to follow up with, but I think he's even further ahead than you.
Yeah.
So it's important that people recognize that Africa, the Philippines, Chicago, New York, that when we speak out, then our friends will hear our voice and know where we're at.
Yeah.
And that'll give a reference point of how global this product is.
Yeah.
And consequently, what happens is product is always good to let people know that you can have it paid for by just sharing this wonderful piece of technology. And
absolutely right. I think that's a great point there. I never tell people that I'm from South Africa, and just my personal team, I think it's now in over 40 countries. And this is the beautiful thing when we share this with people. You don't know where their family members are or their siblings or their kids. And this just becomes this global family. And yeah, I mean, what drives me is to hear testimonies like you, Steve, and Lindsay and Desiree and Clint. I mean, our obligation is just to get the word out there because people don't know about this yet.
Now let me add one more thing. Alan's sister-in-law's son is a computer genius and works for a big corporation. And he flies all over the world doing his computer stuff. And he's dating a woman from South Africa.
Wow.
So consequently, when we get an opportunity to share with him that what magnitude that'll be, that he would have somebody over there be willing to meet and greet. And so it's absolutely amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
There should be no restrictions on saying, hey, I'm from Corning and I've been here all my life. And knowing, I mean, obviously knowing you is a rich blessing.
Same to you, my friend.
So,
if you've got people that I need to meet in South Africa, I'm flying across the country all the time, and we can always make arrangements to hit up with people face to face if they need that. And my commitment towards this, Steve, like I'm obligated to go at this full steam, tell my stories so we can just help humanity, because the world needs our help. That's the reality. The world needs our help.
And just touching real quickly, and then we'll let everybody go. I meant to mention this before. Some people don't like binaries, but looking at this from a business standpoint, because of the virality of that, I mean, look at the fact that, Steve has a relative or a friend that knows someone in South Africa. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
The world is such a small place in many cases. And so, and I've said this time and time again, looking at it from the business perspective, the potential to be earning from people 200 and 500 and 1,000 levels deep is made possible because of the binary. And, we are all about product first. I'm still choked up about Steve's testimonial. But the bottom line is that just share it. And what we're looking at doing is helping people patch for life. That just is a couple, 3 referrals, get it paid for, patch for life. If you want to tell more people, great. If not, that's okay. But it's been very, very well put together. Good. Great job, everybody.
Time, guys. Much love for all of you. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys again Thursday. Cheers,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye-bye.